Gunshots, I stayed on the first floor. The kids around used to laugh at me because when the street lights came on, I had to come in. You see drug dealers right in front of your window. People in the hallways shooting dice, selling drugs. I walk to schools. I've seen a dead body in the parking lot right in front of my window. If I had my father, that was one of the biggest things. That's why a lot of other people stepped up in my life. As I'm an adult now, and I see life differently. And then, of course, when we were children and you only knew your surroundings, you didn't know anything but what you were going through and what you had. But when you grow up and you experience other things, as traveling international and going places, seeing different people, I see the lack of what I had, and that's what makes me, I think, a great father to this day, because I want to teach my kids, and show them other things so they can have easier and better upbringing. I turned 14, I started playing AAU basketball, and I met Carl Vaughn with Squires. He showed me a lot. That same year, I met Delmar Harris and Shane Burnett. My mom didn't even have a car, so Coach Harris and Coach Shane used to take turns coming pick me up for practice and AAU tournaments, and I stayed in the room with them, and they helped me out a lot.
God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows.
It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter if you're from the city, if you're from the county, if you're from a rural area, if you're from an urban area, like all that goes out the window when you're working as a team. You have a common goal.
It's a big possibility that I could be locked up, dead. I'm one of the only childhood friends of mine without a felony. Everyone where I'm from have felonies, try to be charges. I've never been suspended from school. I've never been in handcuffs, never been locked up. And I think that was a big part with sports and those men in my life.
You teach people to be selfless, and you teach people to understand the common goal is greater than themselves. Well, the benefits to themselves will come. That comes along with that by being unselfish. So I just try to take that approach of the way the game was taught to me, the way AAU was taught to me, and it's so much bigger than basketball.
The way I came up in the areas that I came up in, only thing is ball player, rapper, drug dealer, and they show me it's a different way without having a silver spoon in your mouth. You can make a way, work hard. I'm gonna go back to Coach Vaughn. My first time ever going to his house, he saw I was in a maze, He asked me, did I like it? And I told him yes. So he told me, his exact words were, if you work hard and believe in God, you can have this one day. So at 22, I purchased my first home, and he was the first person I called. And I reminded him and let him know that those words stuck with me. You hear about AAU with these coaches using these kids I wasn't that great talent, so they didn't have to do what they did for me. They would have won and lost the same amount of games with or without me. So this was really all heart and love.
I knew Greg was going to be successful. He's called me before and thanked me and given me credit, but it was all Greg. He had that inside of him, that fire. He was a guy that would slap the floor, like, let's go, we're ready to play. He didn't play a ton because we had some amazing basketball players, and Greg didn't go on to play college basketball. But he was that guy when we needed a bucket, when we needed a stop, when we needed to get the other guys hyped, and get them in the game. That was our guy. He was the spirit of the team. So it was a joy to coach him.
The thing I love about AAU basketball, it wasn't really the basketball with me, it was meeting brothers. I still talk to Tyrese Rice, I still talk to Roy, I still talk to Nick Bird. We still take trips and go see each other, and it was a brotherhood. You're exposed to kids that's not in your environments, or they think a little different, so you can learn things from them.
I believe this. At the end of the day, we have far more similarities than we do differences.
My big thing in life is helping the youth. Me and my wife talked about it all the time. Whenever we get to a level where we want to be in life, how are we gonna reach back and help the youth? I saw how they did it for me, so that's my guideline. I'm gonna make sure I do exactly what they did for me. to help these young men become better men. Like father figures to me, you know, and they really didn't have to do it. I really appreciate them.
But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows where to find you. God only knows how to break through. God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows.